We welcome you back into the Pioneer Postgame Report, where the Tusculum Pioneers have knocked off the Barton Bulldogs in the school's first ever meeting between these two teams by a final score of 41-17. The Pioneers had a great plan to start out in this contest. Jordan Terrell comes into this game, the second leading rusher in the country, and two great defensive players as well. It kind of nullified those guys. Didn't hear a lot from those numbers and those names. Joined by Pioneer coach Jerry Odom today. Great plan for your team. Got out, the speed of the game. I always talk about that.
Right.
That first drive, they were able to take it down. They didn't score, but you took advantage of some of their special teams mistakes early.
Yeah. They had a bad snap and a bad punt, and we were able to play downhill. And when you can play downhill, and the way our offense was running the ball today, that's a good thing. And then, then we got them on sides, took advantage of a deep ball, great throw and catch. Really happened for Jackson. That was a heck of a catch by him. And then, just really played a physical, well-played football game, because I told them this was going to be a line of scrimmage football game. They're a good football team. Take nothing away from them. But we have to play up to our level. And the thing I was really proud of is we were missing 3 D linemen, from the game. Our starting Mike, and all those guys just showed up and really bought into what we did game plan-wise. Very, very proud of them.
No question about it. Terrell in this game, you talk a lot about his numbers. 23 carries, just 37 yards today. This is the first time this year this young man has been held under 100 yards rushing. He's good for a reason. They do a good job up front, but you guys were a little bit better in that physical contest you talked about.
Well, they're young, and they're going to be really good. I mean, take nothing away. I think Coach has done as good a coaching job as anybody I've seen. My job today was to try to give the offensive line a lot of different looks, and then try to keep our fits relatively the same. And our linebackers really stepped up. Coach Goodman and Coach Slater and Coach James, those guys did a great job with what we were trying to get accomplished. We understood what they were trying to do, I think, in the running game with numbers and things like that. And if we don't give up a deep ball, I'm really, really happy for the whole thing, really, because a 7-yard drive is not, that's a toughie.
We're talking about Sam. He played 62 plays, and you were 61 of them were nearly perfect today. For the most part.
Yeah.
You wanted to make Lynch play quarterback today. You didn't want him getting outside, and again, you guys really set the edge and made it really tough on him.
Well, that was the goal. He's another one. I mean, they got so many good players throughout their roster, right? The good young players. They're redshirt freshmen, though. I mean, they're a new program, and he's a guy that I felt like if we let him get on the edge and run around, that he'd really hurt us. And so we really talked about bootlegs all week and sprint out and how to keep him in the pocket and different looks to give the offensive line to try to compress the rush lanes and make him think, and then try to throw some different coverage concepts at him. And I think we did that for the most part.
All right, let's talk about your offense. First half, aerial assault, quick strike, a lot of excitement, in the air. Ivan Corbin seemed to be on it once again, one of his best games of the season.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think Ivan played well. I was really happy with the running game in the second half, because we played 45 plays in the first half because we kept scoring so fast. It's one of those deals we can't play 90 plays against these guys, So in the second half, I think we played 25, and then they played 45. So it kind of timed out differently a little bit for that. But like I said, I give those guys a lot of credit. I think Coach has done a heck of a job over there, and I think they're going to be really good for years to come. I mean, that was we were fortunate, and they did they do a great job. I mean, they coach, their kids play so hard, and I got nothing but positive things to say there. But I'm very, very proud of the way my team competed today, because we knew we had to. I think when they upset Wingate, that gets your attention, obviously, right? And our kids had a great week of preparation, great week of practice, and they did a great week here on a beautiful homecoming day here at Pioneer Field.
Yeah, all right. They caught our attention as well, okay? Now, we make the mistake to start the second half. They score 17 unanswered. They got right back into the game. You needed a drive.
14 unanswered.
Well, the field goal right at the end of the first half.
Yeah, but that was in the first half.
Then the two touchdowns to start the second half.
Technically,
you're
right. Yes.
But then you answer with a 12-play. An 11 rushes in a row. You became a very physical football
Well,
team.
I think that's what we talked about with the offensive line, is they had to try to take over, and they were playing a lot of 8-man front, and trying to back off and take away from what we were trying to do in the pass game. So we had to be able to run the football. Like, we caught them in third down, they kept going dime and things like that. So we had to do a really, really good job of taking advantage of that, and I think we did.
What I love about it is that Ivan Corbin was not necessarily concerned about a lot of things. Here's your second leading passer in the league,
right.
And for the day, He comes in 11 of 19, just 147 yards, and he accounted for 4 touchdowns. I'm pretty sure that young man will take that.
Yeah, absolutely. When you score 41 points, you don't really care how you do it, you know. And I think Ivan's not a selfish guy like that. Like, he wants to light it up. Every quarterback I've ever met wants to light it up. But at the same time, like, when you can score points like that, you average 41 points, you play good defense. That's a good team victory, and that's really what we were working towards.
So we've got Catawba next week.
Yeah.
It's a tough, and that's
They're
going to be a
good.
tough team. They played really solid football this year.
Yeah, I think Catawba's played really, really good. They had kind of a 2-week
weird
COVID deal or something for the whole school type deal, but as a whole, he does a great job of coaching too, and they've got a good running back, and the quarterback can really run. So we're going to enjoy this one today, and then we're going to move on and move forward, and hopefully we'll have a game plan ready, and we'll have to go over to Catawba and compete.
He's 4-2 at homecoming. That's
Am I?
incredible. You're 4-2.
Oh, awesome.
That's awesome.
I didn't know that.
Pioneers knock off the Barton Bulldogs. He's Pioneer coach Jerry Odom, 41-17. Back with more of our Pioneer postgame after this here on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Does anybody else want to